What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Camomeleon. Welcome to another how-to from your boy Camomeleon. A while back I did a video on how to do a shotgun shell geocache. As you can see here, waterproof, very good container for an actual geocache. And one of the questions that I asked out there was if you guys wanted to see what the instructions were for me actually camouflaging this guy. Alright guys, so there's a couple of tools that you're going to need to do this. So let's just start it off that way. First of all, you're going to need the most important thing, is the reason why you're doing this, is your shotgun shell geocache container. All done. And if you want to know how to make this container, go check out my shotgun shell geocache video that I have on my YouTube page, and it gives you instructions on step by step on how I actually created this guy. Secondly, you're going to need either, or you can use both of these, a pair of very sharp scissors. I just sharpened these so I know they're sharp, and or a knife. Now this could be a fixed blade or it could be a folding knife, however you want to use it, but you just need a very sharp tip on this guy, because you can, like I said, you're either going to use this guy or this guy. It just depends on how you want to do it, and I think I'm going to try to show you both ways. And finally, the most important part of camouflaging this, guys, is your camouflage duct tape. I think I should probably buy some stock in duct tape, the camouflage anyway, because I absolutely love this stuff. This is what we're going to use to actually camouflage it, and let's get started, guys. Alright guys, so we're going to start out with the 12 gauge shotgun shell geocache. Like I said, if you wanted to find out how I made this guy, go back to my YouTube page and check out my 12 gauge shotgun shell geocache video. It gives you step-by-steps on how to make this guy. So there's two ways you can attack this. We can first attack this from the sides first, and then attack the ends and clean it up. Or we can attack the ends first, and then the center, and then clean it up. So the way I like to do it is I like to attack the center first. So what we do is we take some of your camouflage duct tape. Now I just happen to have the geocache actually made pretty close to the distance of the tape itself. Now in some cases where your geocache would be a little longer than this, you would just do a roll of tape around it, and then another little strip that'll pick up the remaining portion to cover the entire center part. Okay, so to wrap this guy, I've noticed that it takes approximately about 3 inches of tape to actually go completely around this guy securely without there being any openings left on it. So we're going to take off approximately about 3 inches of tape here. That'd be about right here. Okay, nice pair of sharp scissors. So we got our tape here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and you're going to start right at the top, and as you go around this guy, you're just going to make sure that you just go evenly around the edge of this guy at the top here. Okay, just start it on one end, just kind of keep it going down straight there. Alright, let me show you that real quick. So, you see what I did there? I just started on the top there, and did the same thing on the back side here. Now all I'm going to do is follow this very neatly and evenly around one end of the top. Now remember, you may not have that even end on both sides. You just want to get one side very flush with the cap there. Oh, before I do that, let's do this. First of all, you need to know where your open side is, okay? Because when you tape this up, you're not going to know which end is the open side or not. All right? So I know for a fact that this gold cap side is my open end. And that's important because later when we have to separate the cap from the shotgun shell, you're going to need to know which end that is. So I know it's this guy right here. So we're just going to continue to go ahead around one end of this guy and just kind of flatly go around it a little bit there. And you proceed to overlap the tape that you have there. Okay? So now what we've done is we've completely camouflaged the center of this. Now you see I have a couple of wrinkles in here, and that's okay. You can actually go back and you can, untape this and actually go back and smooth those out if you want. But just giving you the basic idea of how it's done, you're just gonna, put this guy together as such like that. Now I know that this end is my cap side. Now, in some cases where the geocache is larger, you won't have that one wipe of tape that'll cover everything like mine is. You will actually have a space, and then you'll have to get some more tape, cut it in half, and then do that end. What I like to do first is, in that case where the geocache is actually, the shotgun geocache is actually larger, I actually tape the end where the opening is first, and then when I tape that, I can go back and cut that. Okay? So the next step now, since I know this is my opening and it's taped up, is I want to come over here and I want to cut right around the edge of this guy. Now sometimes what you can do is, if you have fingernails like I don't have today, you can actually take your fingernail and you just want to go under the rim. I don't know if you can see that bulge there, guys. Let me see if I can bring it out there for you. There, you see the little bulge right here in the tape here? That's the cap. So you want to come right up under that cap all the way around that guy and take it off. Now, the way that I do that is I take my knife, my very sharp knife, and I'm just going to go around the edge of this guy. You don't need very much pressure, but you can actually, when you actually do it, guys, let's do it this way, easier. You can hear the tape cutting on a sharp knife. Usually you can do it about one wipe, and you know you're all the way through because you start to feel the plastic of the cap there. And if I've done this right, what should happen is that should come off. And now the top of the cap, as you can see, the sides of the cap is actually geocached. Camouflaged all the way around, and it's camouflaged there. It's been cut around evenly, and now I can take this, put it right back on there, and there you go. Now the next step is we're going to go ahead and camouflage the ends of the cap. So let's do that. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is camouflage the ends of the caps. And what I like to do is take about a 2-inch piece of camouflage duct tape, and this should be enough actually for you to do 4 ends, so I can actually use this for another 2 caps if I wanted to, near the 2 caches if I wanted to. So what we'll do is you'll just take this, your geocache, doesn't matter which end you take first, okay, and you're going to put it, I like to put it in the corner here. Start in the corner, that way I can get 4 corners, 4 caps out of this guy. But you just put it in the corner and press it down. And basically you're just going to make sure that it's got an even surface around it on the top of the cap there. Now you don't want to bend anything over it. You're just going to put it across the back of it there. Then what you want to do is you take your sharp scissors and you're going to go around the edge, very close to the edge of this guy. I mean right up against it. And this is where a very sharp pair of scissors comes in, guys. You're just going to go right around that edge there. Sorry. trying to keep this in the camera so you guys can see it. Okay, and then you just take a little piece right here. I just need to snip off there. And then once you've got that on there, you're just going to take your fingers and just go around the edge like this. Okay, just go around the edge, and if there's anything laying up, you will get it laying down, and there you have it, guys. So now, when I take my cap off of this end, you can see that the end is camouflaged, the sides are camouflaged, the cap in the center is camouflaged. So we're going to put our cap back on, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do the other end, the bottom portion. You're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to take our tape that we've actually got here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to press it on there. Okay, then I'm just going to make sure it's good and even there. Okay, and you take your scissors and you'll just proceed to go around the edge of this guy. Now I will tell you that after doing a bunch of these, your scissors will start to get dull and they will start to get really sticky. So you'll need to sharpen them again to make them sharp enough for you to do this, because when they get dull, it starts to, you know, catch on to the stickiness of the tape, and then your cut's not as good as it should be. So that's just something for you guys to note when you're doing so many of these. Now you can use any type of camouflage tape that you like. You know, you can use what's ever available out there. Tape's always sticking to everything. Okay, and then you just do a little bit of trim work if there's anything that's sticking out. And then you do the exact same thing. You just take your fingers and just go around the ends of it. Okay, make sure everything's flat around the edges. And there you go. One side's camouflaged. The center is camouflaged. The other end is camouflaged. You take that off. Put your geocache in this guy here. You got your complete cap. It's camouflaged. Put that guy back on there. And there you go, guys. Your first 12 gauge shotgun shell geocache. Now you can just take the geocache and hide it if you want. That's just as good. But it adds a little challenge and a little bit of, you know, personal flair to it if, you know, you have a little bit of design to it. Now I use camouflage tape. You guys can use any type of duct tape that you want, or you can use a different type of tape. I've never used any other tape other than duct tape. But if you guys have another way of doing this, a different type of tape or something, definitely let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what ideas you guys have come up to do different versions of designing, decorating this. Will be fantastic. So what we just did, guys, is basically turned this shotgun shell, plain Jane, into an awesome camouflage geocache. Now you have a geocache that you can place in a series, and folks know what they're looking for. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again for coming in, watching this out too. And remember, when you see me on the trail, don't yell, don't bail. It's just your boy, Camomeleon. Appreciate y'all, man. Later.